Arsenal at the moment now are the archetypal modern day football team where it's all systems and there's no superstars. There's no stars, bro, in that team. And the thing is, there's not a single player in that team, probably aside from when it comes to scoring goals, maybe Trossard. You've seen that he can pull something out of the bag and put one in the top corner. Jesus ain't gonna do that. Jesus got a little cheeky dribble in there, but that's about it. They ain't got no one that's really gonna. Who turns the game when it's not going for them? No
I feel
one.
like the
TNT, bruv. Before the game, Arsenal fans were giving it. Yeah, we're gonna smash them. This, that, and the other. After the game, them man were heartbroken, fam. The man got slapped up, bro, and it wasn't even like Arsenal were in the game at any point, bro. Like they had no control over anything, bro. I ain't seen them dominated like that in a minute, bro. It was crazy.
Do you know what it is though? It's hella side to side. Like they had the ball, but at no point was I looking at this thinking, yeah, Arsenal. You know when Arsenal they swing it around the edge of your box and you know the goal's coming. It was almost, for me, it was reminiscent of almost City's game versus Brentford and how they weren't. At no point I'm thinking, yeah, the goal's coming. Honestly, to have no shots on target, no shots on target after scoring 23 goals in however many games, these men fully went back into their shell. But can we be surprised? No, listen, I thought Arsenal were going to do something in it because they convinced me. They had me fooled. I was here doing videos thinking, right, these men turn the corner. And then, sometimes I think I understand why the Arsenal fans, especially the old heads, I get it, innit? Like, I get it. And games like that, I get it. Pepe is the same age as their gaffer. He's the same age as their gaffer. Understand that. And I think the other centre back, that's his debut. They were missing their best striker. People aren't talking about this.
They're not.
They should have the game from the chance earlier on, bro. I'm calling it from now, innit? This is phase one. These men were calling for Bayern Munich. Real Madrid.
They're gonna combine 11 with Real Madrid. I'm seeing 8 Arsenal players in the combined 11, bro.
Bro, like I'm seeing all these crazy comparisons, and you're messing up at phase one, bro. These men are booking appointments with the best of the best and can't get past phase one.
Bro, and this is their manager's 4th full season as well, blood. This ain't the beginning, you know. Arteta in Europe is spooky. A lot of Arsenal fans ain't talking about his record in Europe. It is spooky, bro. He's not him, bro. He's not the guy. I can't lie, bro. Yesterday, he stood there and watched his team do absolutely nothing for 94 minutes. Why would you do that, bro? Like, man made one change, bringing on Jorginho, to make a double pivot instead of a single pivot with Declan Rice, but that was never the issue. Fair play, it's going to be hard. When teams press, Arsenal are going to struggle to play out with just Declan Rice in the pivot because he doesn't want the ball. So the manager should have known that. But I saw the way they were pressing after the first 60 seconds, and I was like, all right, cool. This is not going to be easy for Arsenal, bro. But it is what it is, man. The manager brought in this Lord Farquaad in goal, that midget, bro. He brought him in, He brought him in to try and play out from the back and do all of these other things. But, bro, that's Arsenal's kryptonite, bro. Just press them into oblivion, and they make mistakes, innit? Their belly's not built for the Champions League stage. Their belly's too soft, bro. They're not a Champions League club. They got no football heritage, bro. They ain't got no heritage in the competition, bro. They need to stick to the FA Cup, bro. I'll be honest.
But that's all they've won in the last 20 years. You know what I'm saying? I look at the way someone like Ødegaard, who's been lauded. You see, do you know what it is? It's the way the players get lauded for me. That's what it is. The way the players get lauded. Like Saka, there's no middle ground with my man. There's no middle ground. He's either top of the crop, comparisons to Salah and them, man, or it's just, you know, he's all right. For me, he's just a good player.
That's it. No more than that.
He's a good player. And there's nothing wrong with he's 22. If man are going to say, he's going to be world class, I'm not even going to argue man down for that. I'm not going to argue down for saying the man's got world class potential, because he's doing what a lot of world class men now weren't actually doing at that age anyway. With a team that ain't won nothing. So I understand it. But you see, these men miss X factor. And Ødegaard, I don't say this. When Ødegaard plays a big game, he's the Troy Bolton of football, bro. It's hella heavy. It's hair flicks and nothing else. No people, no defense splitting passes, hella touches, and that's it. That's all, bro.
But that's Arsenal in a nutshell, though, bro. Because the thing is, Arsenal at the moment now are the archetypal modern day football team where it's all systems and there's no superstars. There's no stars, bro, in that team. And the thing is, there's not a single player in that team, probably aside from when it comes to scoring goals, maybe Trossard. You've seen that he can pull something out of the bag and put one in the top corner. Jesus ain't gonna do that. Jesus got a little cheeky dribble in there, but that's about it. They ain't got no one that's really gonna. Who turns the game when it's not going for them? No one.
Yeah. I feel like the word's almost inevitable. It's inevitable. So regardless of what you do and who you're playing against, he's still gonna score. You can't stop him. They don't have that. I feel like the closest guy they have isn't even Saka. I think it's Saliba. He's probably the closest guy.
And even him, bruv, he's got an own goal in him as well, bruv. So it's not really like, do you know what I mean? He's still maturing. He's still learning the game. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I would say is the most obvious thing that we didn't actually notice? If you look at the way these men reacted to Champions League football, showed me they weren't ready from the jump, in it. Even though they nearly swayed me with their Premier League form, Declan Rice is their £100 million man. He's the guy who everyone's been sucking off. Everyone's been sucking him off this season, how good he's been. Even the times when he's passed sideways, they're like, oh my God, you see the way, like, look at the way my man passed sideways, all of that.
This is them.
He looked at that, bro. He looked at that Champions League ball like it was his newborn, bro. He was staring at it like it was his newborn. You can't expect a man. How do you, bro? Your £100 million man looked at a Champions League football like it was your first you. You can't expect that to be turning tides.
No, he couldn't believe he was there, bro, because he don't belong there. That's just the obvious truth, bro. Like, these men are still trying to convince themselves that he's a good footballer, bro. He's basic. He basic. Just like Saka's basic as well. Like, it's okay, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. These men are basic. Martinelli, basic. Like, when I was watching them yesterday, bro, them two, they love a little drag the ball down the outside and just cross the ball into the box without looking. They love it. Both of them. Head down. I just see these men just pushing the ball down the outside, slapping the ball across the box. Nobody there, bruv. Who you crossing the ball to? It's mad. Like, it's literally like Arteta's just got these man practicing the same things again and again and again. We're going to play out the same way. If that doesn't work, we're fucked. We're going to get to the wing. We're going to do the same thing. If it doesn't work, we're fucked. And all that this showed me, what I already knew, is that the Premier League is such an overrated league, bro, in terms of tactics, bro. Most of these Premier League managers ain't up to it, bro. And a lot of these Premier League players are not technically good, because when you look at what Porto done to them yesterday, Porto actually controlled the game, without the football. And it's very difficult to do that. It's very difficult to control a game of football without having the majority of the ball, bro. But the way that they pressed Arsenal, they made Arsenal play their game, innit? And that's all it was. Like, Arsenal wanted to get the ball. Arsenal like to get the ball into their wide players and isolate fullbacks. Erdegaard makes the late run to the edge of the box, and then normally they should have a runner coming in. Arsenal couldn't get the ball to their wingers. They couldn't get them to their wingers because they were getting cut off at source, bro. And this is how you stop teams like that. You cut it off at the source, bro. The difference between Arsenal and Liverpool is Liverpool ain't afraid to go long if you do that to them. The keeper just kick it long. I didn't see one long kick from Raya for the whole game, bro. And this is exactly the difference between the systems that teams like Man City and Arsenal play and the way that Liverpool play. That's the reason why Liverpool tend to kill Man City and they tend to kill Arsenal when they play like that. Because, bro, listen, I love the beautiful game played out from the back and all that, but sometimes man just have to get it forward, innit? Man ain't got no time for this bullshit. Like, you don't get extra points, for style in football, bro. You don't get style points, innit, bro? Like, when the ball's in the net, it's a goal, innit? Man have to just get the ball forward.
But that's football, though. That's football these days. You know, as I said, every man loves a hair flick. Man love a hair flick before their set piece. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to be pretty and systematic. And don't get me wrong, listen, when a system is like what Pep's system, certain systems, bro, more time you can't stop it. But there's always an Achilles heel to a system, and I think Tyler said
you can stop Pep's system. The problem is you can't stop Pep's players a lot of the time because he's got too many. That's all it is. Like Pep,
But
the thing is, Pep's football only works, with good players, bro. Because his football's not about him; it's about the players, bro. Because when his players don't turn up, you get performances like the Chelsea performance.
And I think it's all about being durable as well, and being like flexible. Like as you said, we've got the better of City on a lot of, not all, like on a lot of occasions, because there's just times where Alisson, teapot, halfway line, Salah spins Cancelo, goal. You see what I'm saying? Because like, and that's what I think about Champions League football. I think Champions League football supersedes systems at times, innit? In the sense that like there's certain games where an Italian, you might bucket Inter Milan, and then man will sit there and go, cool, do what you want to do.
Your thing, bruv.
Do what you want to do, because we're not going to play Inter Milan's football. We're going to play the football that's going to counter your football, and we'll see how that works out. Because it's a 2-game knockout. We don't need to match you for 38 games. We don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think there isn't enough Arsenal, like with Arteta anyways, there's not enough, there's no plan B. There's no, well, and there kind of is a plan B, because we saw them go long to Havertz, and it actually worked. This is what I don't.
But they should have done that yesterday.
They went long to Havertz against City. They win the game 1-0 at the end of the game, and that's no fluke. So man will see things and not change it. He'll not see the success of something. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I think also there's another element of these men have looked at Porto and gone, "It's Porto, innit?
That's it.
It's Porto, innit? We can play the game in gear 1, gear 2, and win this game 1-0, 2-0. Bro, look how negative that substitution was. Man subbed on Jorginho, bro. He wanted the 0-0. He
took off Trossard.
Yeah, he thought and saw. He looked at that game and thought, yeah, you know what? Yeah,
take it back home, innit?
Let's take it back home. And then look, they should have been one. I think it was the same guy that scored the banger, hit the post.
Yep. It was the same, bro. Should have been 2-0. The game should have been over, 2-0. If it's 2-0, the tie is over.
Tie is done. So let's not. I'm not even going to get ahead of myself too much. I'm not going to cuss every man. I'm not going to crash it on Arsenal 100%, because they can still go win 2-0 at the end.
They can still go through.
Things can change. But obviously, I think if you look at Porto, they've got Benfica, but Arsenal got Newcastle. So now this is where it's crunch time now. And certain players, like as I said, there ain't X factor. Who's really going to bring Saka? Ain't got X factor unless Odegaard is playing out of his skin. Unless that little 1-2 that they got going on, I don't know where it's coming from. Martinelli, dark alleys. Martinelli is Marcus Rashford from the favelas, bro.
Yeah, but that's it.
That's where it is, bro. You can never tell me that. I understand he scores goals. If anything, you might even say he's a better finisher than Saka in terms of his like one-on-one and that. When he's in.
Yeah. He's more of a natural finisher than Saka, bro. Saka don't even look like a winger to me, bro.
But like bro, you see when Martinelli runs out of ideas, bro, it's actually hard to watch. Tell me what he's good at.
Nothing.
Apart from being direct.
Nothing.
Realistically.
Yeah, but bro, that's a lot of these modern players, bro. Like, what are they good at other than being direct? Nothing, bro. That's how these men are rating these players now. Head down, kick the ball down the line, fall over, it goes out for a goal kick. These men are doing it. They're all doing it, bruv. He's doing it. Doku's doing it. Rashford's doing it, bruv. They're all doing it, bruv. This is what these wide players are doing now, bro. These men are just lining up goal kicks, bro. That's all they're doing, bro. Martinelli's thing's crazy. He done one thing yesterday where he tried to run it down onto his left foot, bro, and scuffed it out for a goal kick, bro. Broski, when I saw that, bro, listen, any wide player that runs the ball out for a goal kick, bro, nah, you can't return. You can't return to my team. That's crazy. Like, I couldn't believe it, bro. Nah, bro, but they all do it, though. This is what I keep trying to say to people, and people keep trying to say to me, like, them man want to try cuss players like Grealish and stuff like that, the ones that are controlled, that actually get their head up and look for players. But they'll rather these speed demons that just run with their head down and just be trying to hit space. Like, even when you look at Saka, most of his goals are the same as Martinelli. Ball comes down the outside. Hopefully he gets an overlap so we can cut inside, or he's running off someone's shoulder, bro. Like, this guy's not cooking players, bruv. I see Kivior get absolutely cooked twice yesterday.
He got bun up.
Bruv, listen, when I tell you, that brother should have gone down in the box, he would have got a penalty. The brother was pulling his shirt, bro. I would have been tumbling, bro, if that's me. As soon as I feel the sleeve, I'm gone. That's it. Immediately, I'm getting that penalty. And then the nutmeg ripped man in half and he took the book in, but nah, he was getting bullied. Like, you don't see Saka doing that to man. Yeah, I mean, and Martinelli, you know, he's just gonna go down the outside and scuff the cross, innit? Like they're so predictable, bro. And it's a symptom of modern football. Modern football is so predictable. The one thing about Liverpool, they have an unpredictability about them because you've got some wild attackers, bro. Mo Salah's mad unpredictable. Nunez is mad unpredictable. Diaz is mad unpredictable, bruv. So when you've got wild players like that, that kind of have the freedom in the final third to kind of just do what they want, yeah, it makes them more dangerous. That's why you man bust up Luton.
Yeah, that's basically because. But so what you're basically saying is it's almost like effective is better than aesthetics. What is obviously being effective? You'd rather
because it's chaos, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you can have aesthetic football, yeah. Like Real Madrid, for example, they got aesthetic football, but at the end of the day, Vinny's gonna do something you don't expect. Do you know what I'm saying? Rodrigo's gonna do something you don't expect. Brahim Diaz the other day fell down, spun, whipped in the top corner. Like, bro, the plan B is supposed to be your players. Plan A is your system, and plan B is the individuals, bro. When you don't have the individuals, you're relying on the same pattern of play and someone switching off and making a mistake.
Because there's certain because there's certain coaches that don't really coach the attacking play too tough in it. They coach all the way up until the midfield, and then with the attack,
you shouldn't coach attacking. It's a waste of time. Do you know what I mean? It's a waste of time because it takes away from players.
But as an attacker myself, but even when I'm playing ball, bro, like when certain managers are telling you to do this and do that and to make this exact specific run, football's so situational.
Exactly.
Like, if you have to, anything instinctive is always going to be quicker than something you have to think about.
Well, exactly.
It's as simple as that. And the less time you have, the harder it's going to be for a defender. The more time you give a defender to think and stand you up, it's long. So you see when Saka's slowing the ball down, waiting for the 1-2. Obviously, I'm not saying Saka can never be a player, but for me, Saka needs a bit more of what Martinelli has in his locker when it's working. And Martinelli needs a bit more of what Saka has when it's working. And it's a nice little thing to have, but the attackers at Arsenal are all too reliant on each other. They're all too reliant on each other. Like,
they're relying on the system because they don't have abilities, bro. Like even this quote, he said Guardiola says, that he allows his attackers to express themselves in the final third, bro. I'll be real, he doesn't. You know them ones, because if Guardiola, liked attackers to express themselves in the final third, he wouldn't sign the players he signs. And he wouldn't play them the way they play. Why does Grealish play the way that he plays for Pep if he's allowed to do what he wants?
Attacking. That's not Grealish.
Yeah, that's not off the cuff for Jack Grealish. It's not. I don't care what anyone says. He says he lets them, but he doesn't. Pep's a control freak, bro. He likes to control every aspect. He's probably the only manager in the world that would play Bernardo at left back, bro. That's not normal. Do you know what I'm saying? So this whole I let my attackers attack, no, he doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? He does not. And even Henry said he got subbed off for Barcelona because he made the wrong run and that, even though he scored because he didn't hold a certain position. Nah, Pep plays, he plays automated football, blood. You know what I'm saying? Simulation thing. That's what it is. You can watch Man City for 94 minutes and it's just the same. Yeah, exactly the same. And then if that doesn't work, just De Bruyne just starts spamming. That's all that happens. There's no freedom. There's no freedom in these players.
They've got too many match winners for that to matter, though.
Exactly. But this is my point. Pep can get away with it because he's got these players. That's the only reason he can get away with it. But the thing is, this way of playing now is the reason why there's less individual players that have a mind of their own. They don't know how to make runs, bro. Because if you're coaching attacking, your attacker keeps running into the box. But sometimes you got to hold your run. You don't always just run in a straight line and just say, oh, you know what, when he gets the ball, I'm going to go here. Nah, sometimes you need to read the game. Instead of running front post, you need to go to the back post. You need to peel off, or you need to come short. Like, you don't coach attacking. Attacking supposed to be instinctive, bro. It's meant to be, bro. It's not rehearsed, bro. And that's the problem with football. Like, it's so rehearsed right now to the point where now it's so easy to watch games where teams just cancel themselves out. So easy, because there's almost an air of predictability about football now that there never was.